Tyler in. Darn it! It's almost all three of us again. It's been like what 3 weeks since all three of us have been on the show together. It's been an eternity in fantasy football weeks.
It's been a minute. It has been a minute. A lot has happened. A lot to catch up on, for me at least.
Oh man, yeah. If you don't watch the show, you wouldn't know this, but it's just me and Tyler today.
Hello. I gotta carry Jake.
Yeah,
Jake spot. I gotta be a jerk, huge jerk to John. Just scream at him.
You have to just like be so angry and mean during the Brittany Mahomes segment. Like it's just, you don't care that I work so hard on it and that everybody actually wants to listen to it.
Just gonna completely mentally check out during the Brittany Mahomes segment and just pretend.
Do you happen to have an electronic keyboard with you?
You know,
actually, I think you do. Don't you have one?
I have a keyboard. It is a MIDI keyboard, though. It's not a standalone keyboard for all you audio nerds out there. So I could like plug it into my computer, and it tells the computer to make beep boop noises. But it's not like a hit the power switch on it and like it has speakers.
Okay,
so it's a little different. That's okay.
I have a church organ in the other room, but I don't want to go it in here.
Church.
Yeah,
pipes in your walls and shit.
If worse comes to worse, I actually live in an old church. It's from the 1600s.
John's actually a vampire.
Yes, I have to crawl back in my coffin after the podcast. Yeah, we actually have a coffin that's been sitting in our hallway at work.
What context could you possibly need that for?
No, it's not a real coffin. It's like they built it for like a holiday display or whatever. It's still just sitting there though.
That's pretty dark though for like workplace decorations, man. Just have like some skeletons or something.
I have a picture.
I kind of feel like I need to see this.
I have a funny picture of me standing in it.
Do you look like Renfeld? You ever see that movie?
I did see Renfeld.
I actually really enjoyed that movie. It was pretty good.
Here.
Oh my god. It was like velvet lined and everything too.
It's like a legit fucking comfortable coffin. Yeah. I also have one of our producers at work owns a coffin in his house and he puts his Funko Pops in it.
Oh, wow.
So
fantasy football.
Fantasy football. Here we are, guys. Those Fantasy Dudes podcast. Me and Tyler at the helm today, here to talk about NFL news, Brittany Mahomes, update you on what's going on with our leagues, keeper dynasty, do some survival football. Dr. Logan's going to check in. You know how it goes.
Oh, yeah.
You know how it goes. At those Fantasy Dudes, TikTok, Instagram, Fantasy Dudes Pod on X, Reddit. Email us, thosefantasydudes@gmail.com, and follow us on all the various podcast platforms. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Castbox, Recent Radio Public, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Bullhorn, Castro, Podchaser, Podcast Addict, Podbean, Podcast Guru, Podcast Republic, Podverse, and Spotify for podcasters is our host platform. A lot of pod in there.
There's a lot of pods. Start off a little shaky, strong finish though.
Sometimes it's just you work a 10-hour day, you drive home in pouring rain, flooding, and traffic, and then you eat nothing almost and hop on the podcast with 2 beers in your stomach. It really helps with slurring your words.
Yeah, I mean that's my daily routine too. I don't see what the deal is, but
it's totally normal.
Yeah.
Here we are though, talking about Brittany Mahomes. What if I just did that whole segment again? You can follow us on Instagram. Brittany Mahomes. Give us money.
They'd be like, you really do have 2 beers in your stomach.
Yeah, I know.
The whole segment
crazy.
2.5.
Best part of the show. Yep, there's the half. Give us money. Click that link in our bio. But I think it is time, Tyler, and I appreciate you helping me write the notes tonight, especially the Brittany Mahomes segment.
I got you.
But let's do it.
Brittany Mahomes update. Brittany Mahomes update.
Oh, it's so good. It's the best jingle.
It's
the best jingle.
It's so good. It's so good. Sadly, I did lose access to the royalty-free music website from my previous job. They finally changed the password. Come on.
You're not just on there downloading every royalty-free song.
I probably should have at the time. Just every single song on that. I think there was like 70,000 songs.
It's 28 terabytes of royalty-free music.
They go on their account. They're like, why did we download every song on this website? This is concerning. No, but I still do have access to change the dogs' names if I want to, which is fun.
There you go. That is fun.
And I can see how much they cost, which is asinine. But anyway, Brittany Mahomes. What's she up to, everybody? A lot, per usual, obviously. I'm actually gonna try to stick off script. I'm just gonna roll with it.
Wow.
Because I think
Dang.
I know so much about her at this rate that I could talk about her in my sleep, and I probably do.
Should we start some sort of like Brittany Mahomes wiki, like fan wiki? Do you think somebody's done that yet?
Dude, Tyler, you would be. I mean, I probably wouldn't be surprised, but if you go in the comments on her Instagram, there's so much love for Brittany that I would
I
not
don't doubt
be
it.
shocked. Like, I mean, just look at this. I'm sure she did this collaboration before she met Taylor. Give her a break, people. She's not in bed with a snake. She is an upstanding woman of power and strength.
What in the world? Like, okay,
436 likes. You know,
sure.
I don't know what made that person think she needed to say that. I'm sure there was some hate that's buried down here. Like, cozy queen, you look stunning. This shoot, fire emoji. You know,
Are
how
these
it
all
goes.
your alt accounts, or like?
Yeah, these are all me. Oh man. Oh, we didn't even mention Jake's not here because he just was in Africa, by the way.
Yes,
So he's very tired and jet lagged. Probably the most jet lagged you could be. So unless you're maybe in Russia, I don't know how that. Maybe that's a little further. But
yeah, I'm looking at my globe right now. Yeah, I think the furthest jet lag you could be from
you
the
brought
US
your
is
globe
like,
to the podcast?
oh yeah, it's just sitting on my desk. I'm a very
for this moment
scholastic man. If you didn't know, yeah, it's probably China-ish, Russia-ish, somewhere in there. China.
Freaking China. No, good for them. Yeah, but Brittany, she's up to a lot, as you guys know. Most recently, she did a collab with a loungewear company called Skims. So as you can see, she's in a nice fleece lined, comfy clothes. You know, for the holiday season, it's chilly up there, isn't it, Tyler? It's getting chilly, right?
It is. It's getting chilly. It's in the 40s ish.
Ooh.
Kansas City. I don't know. Kansas City gets. I feel like it's either mild or like way colder than New England for some reason.
Alexa, what's the weather in Kansas City today? I don't know why. I have a Barbie theme.
In Kansas City, Missouri, it's 60 degrees.
Oh, okay. That's not
Yeah,
so
so
bad.
it's
Alexa, shut up. I had her do this like Barbie
like intro
theme.
music.
Yeah, it's because she's linked to this Barbie thing. So whenever I asked her to do anything, she's like ding, and then it's like this Barbie.
The weather in Kansas City.
Literally, dude. That actually was the Brittany Mahomes theme. It was a lot.
Oh yeah,
it's not Barbie themed at all. But yeah, look at her. She's looking comfy. She's on a bear for some reason. Funny enough, dude, Patrick Mahomes even put this on his Instagram.
Really? Oh no, that's so much worse.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
How much money did they give them, dude?
Probably a lot. Probably a lot.
Boy.
Look at them. They're so happy.
That looks way too hot, dude. Way too warm. Like, there's no way. Like,
breathable.
head to toe red flannel drip is crazy.
What about Christmas morning? That's what it's really for.
I don't know. Turn all the heat off in your house, and then like maybe.
Look at Sterling.
Like,
look
this
at all
is
the blood rushing to her head in this image.
If you don't think for a second that these multimillionaire people don't have their house at a constant like 73 all throughout the winter, you're crazy. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They don't know the struggle. They don't need this flannel. This flannel's for the common man.
69 and I'm like at the poverty line, dude. Like I don't know what these people are doing. 73 is pretty warm for me.
Like damn, New England winter, dude. If you run the heat, you're rich as hell.
Oh yeah.
Our house is like 58.
You better have blankets and a bonfire in your front yard if you want to save any money.
Exactly.
This is Skims, by the way. If you're watching along on YouTube, they're pretty sporty. I mean, look at that.
That's a word for it. Yeah. Wait, have they done another? Is that more collaborations, or is it the same collaboration with them? What's that?
Mahomes collab. As you can see, took up 9 images on their Instagram.
Yep. My goodness.
Wow. So homey. Mahomey. But yeah, I mean, if you do want to buy the thing that Brittany was wearing, it is $78.
Just for the top? Ugh.
So
ew. How are the pants more expensive? The pants are $88. What is that?
Wow. So you're spending $170 plus tax on just this one outfit.
Ick.
It's probably
you don't even get socks or anything.
No, socks are extra.
That looks like something you could buy at Walmart.
Jesus, just this
That's
fucking
a Walmart
shirt
set.
is $48.
Yeah, I don't.
Nope. Nope.
Oh,
Okay. Moving
no.
on to the next thing.
We're moving on.
Moving on.
Very
Everybody,
quickly.
John's getting distracted.
Oh,
Okay.
my.
on a different note, 15 of them homies. Tyler, you know them. That's it's Patrick Mahomes' charity. Yeah. We donate to them all the time with all the money we get from this podcast.
Yeah.
They hosted
And we
the
write it off
4th
on our business
annual-
taxes.
Exactly. tax return stuff.
Tax deductible.
Yeah. The 4th annual 15 of them homies gala. Obviously, Patrick and Brittany were there. They gave, I mean, at least just from the photos, like 50 grand away to just some random people in need, which is just awfully fantastic and nice. How do I say it like that?
No, that is, if there's anything actually to be
I'd
taken
find
away
that.
from this, is that please, if you have an excess amount of wealth like these people, just donate some of it.
Yeah.
Just some of it. You don't need to donate all of it. Just something.
And I'm sure that's not just money from, from them. I'm sure these are donations that go into their funds, and
They
they're
used
giving it to-
5% of the money they got from that Skims promotion thing to donate. Like, it's really generous.
This is nothing for them. Look at Patrick, fake smile.
He seems like a decent dude. Brittany, I
he
don't
is-
know.
he is genuine.
She's a demon behind those eyes. We don't know.
Yeah, we really don't know what's going on back there. We don't. Not for, but I support her, obviously, because that's what we do here on this podcast.
Yeah. Full support. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, Brittany was even joined by her friends from the Kansas City Current down there, so they obviously hopped in on the fun at this community team building event. And last but not least, that stadium is very close to being open in Kansas City.
Oh, I thought it was open already.
Not quite. Still under construction, but here's a rendering of what it will look like in front of the Missouri River. It's actually going to be an animated stadium. It's going to always be storm clouds above it, and lots of
like, huh? What?
Yes, full animation, not real. So that should be fun. It's going to be literally the only professional women's sports stadium in the world.
Yeah, the first women's professional sports stadium in the world. So, are they only hosting women's sports there? This is not
literally for the Kansas City.
I'm not even trying to be that guy. Like, I'm literally curious. Like, are they purposefully excluding men's sports? Like, if for some reason there was
they're segregating men now.
I'm literally, that's just a question. Not even trying to be that guy. Like, I think women's sports are great and that we should have them. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just curious.
Maybe
if they use it for everything.
If men were in the stadium, they might blow the top off of it because it would actually be fun. I don't know. Oh shit! Fuck. Whoops. No, but I think men will be in the stadium because they will be serving locally sourced hot dogs.
Oh, okay. Count me in.
Yeah.
Count me in.
Doesn't
Back
that look
in.
fucking
Back
fire,
in.
bro?
That's probably more than a ticket. Unironically.
It's got like pickled jalapenos and onion. Oh my!
We looked at ticket prices, didn't we? Kansas City.
I think it's time to look it up again.
Ticket prices. We gotta do this fast. SeatGeek. What do we got here?
Well, then you're gonna get a deal on
from $50. So $50. So okay.
Oh, they
maybe
start
half
at
the price
50
of a ticket.
now.
So there's no games scheduled. It just says date TBD.
You can still get. Oh my god, the season tickets. Oh no, they're not sold out. They can't be yet.
I mean, season tickets. What were we saying? Was like,
holy shit. So
some of the sections are sold out, but you can get $700 for the entire season. How many games do they play? Right? I think we did the math out. My point being, if a hot dog is like stadium pricing, like $18, that's pretty close to a ticket.
We could buy them right now. Just be done with it. We own them. Done. We'd have to go. We'd have to move there because no one's going to buy these off of us.
No.
You imagine trying to make a profit off Kansas City Current tickets?
I mean, I can imagine it. Would it ever work? Ever? Probably not.
I mean, there's a world where Brittany Mahomes is an owner of a soccer team, so there's a world where you can make a profit off these tickets.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, either way, Brittany up to a lot per usual. She's a very busy lady. But yeah, so Tyler, I think there is something you wanted to mention that is clearly important. I didn't watch the Manning cast, but it seems as though there was a special something about Patrick Mahomes' game day attire.
Yeah, so the Manning cast, as everybody knows, it's usually that fun and kind of lighthearted laugh, brotherly love show. Peyton Manning's like putting helmet back on, doing call outs and stuff. I thought we were just having fun, but that all changed this week when they had Brittany's boy Patrick on. They asked him about an interesting game day superstition he has. You would say like, oh, is it a lucky rabbit's foot, like a secret like spoken mantra before the game, perhaps a traditional Andy Reid riblets meal before every game. It's a good luck totem.
What's a riblet? Is that like a rabbit rib?
A riblet? You don't know about the Applebee's riblets, my guy?
No, and I'm a big Applebee's
riblets
guy.
Special, dude. You got to look this up right now. This needs more airtime.
Really? Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Applebee's riblets, dude.
Jake would be pissed right now, dude.
I'm telling you, this is some Andy Reid lore.
He would hate this.
If you don't know about riblets, dude, you're missing out. Sometimes they'll do like all you can eat riblets, and I'm like, you could bump into Super Bowl champion Andy Reid at any Applebee's in the country.
Baked riblets, Applebee's.
Yeah, you got Applebee's. It's like the only thing on the menu, in my opinion.
Riblets. So it's ribs.
It's riblets.
Why are they called riblets? Like, what is the difference?
There's no hassle, no bone or anything. It's just little chunks of rib.
So it's like the McRib.
It's perfect. It's like little McRibs on a plate. You get French fries. It's beautiful.
Oh,
it's incredible.
God, if we didn't have this damn podcast to do, I would go to Applebee's.
It's the foundation of America. They do all you can eat sometimes. It's crazy. It's a deal of a lifetime.
It's
so you'd think, oh, baby. Pat Mahomes, homage to his coach, maybe go get riblets before the game. Like, what's the goofy, wacky thing he does? Chad Henne spilled the beans to Eli Manning. Patrick Mahomes apparently wears the same pair of red underwear that his loving wife Brittany got for him for every game. Not every home game, not like, once a year for a really important game. It's every game that he plays in the NFL. He wears one pair of underwear. He literally said, I wash them sometimes. It's fine.
Why? Oh, here's the thing. I don't know if you'll hear the audio, though, but I'll play it. Can you hear that?
I cannot hear the audio.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Oh, there he is.
I mean, it's got to be doing something, but I'm like, is Brittany Mahomes really the secret to his success? Gifting him the red underwear? Is that the...
Do you think
like
if
a
Mac
witch
Jones
that cast a football spell?
Do you think if Mac Jones wore Patrick Mahomes' underwear that he would win games?
Like maybe if he wore like 5 pairs and then also had like a cool like bandana, then maybe. That
sounds like Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson does.
He does have I don't know if it's a cool bandana.
Yeah, it's like, oh man,
it's a bandana.
I don't know, man. If
that's insane. Imagine being a like a millionaire with lots of millions and you wear the same underwear. Like, Tyler, I did have a question for you. How often would you say you buy new underwear?
How often? That's a really good question. Probably once a year. I refresh. I get some new ones.
Wow. So I'm the same way, but if you said that to a woman, they would be disgusted with you.
Like, see, that's crazy to me.
Every month. Like
every month.
Oh,
Who's got that kind of money?
Seriously, I know. It's crazy.
Like, how much underwear are you blowing through now? I get like, I'll get like a pack of like 10 or 15 or something. As long as you keep good care of them, like wash them, dry them too much.
That means you're wearing each pair of those underwear like 20 times a year.
That's not that bad. Like, I'm supposed to get shirts every month?
No, I mean, I don't know.
Like,
I'm just saying.
I don't know. I don't know what's acceptable. I'll tell you what, though.
This is not.
That's not at all. That's horrible. I don't care. I mean, okay.
Really, these type of underwear too?
To be fair, like, how many career games does Patrick Mahomes have? And how many pairs of underwear do I have? Don't do that math, because it's probably not that bad.
I wonder if he depending on how dirty they are, if he plays better. Like when he lost against the Patriots in 2018, was that
fresh? A wash day? No wash
day?
Yeah,
maybe they were washed that morning or something, like I don't know.
He's like, it's still got the Bengals stank on him.
He needs that Joe Burrow head stank in there.
Smoking all that Joe Burrow.
All right. That's enough. That's enough of that. Everybody, I don't know how we went this long. We're 20 minutes into the show.
It's fine. It's good content.
It's the best podcast we've ever done so far.
Yeah.
All right, I could talk about Patrick Mahomes' underwear even more, but let's talk about some NFL news and injury updates.
NFL news and injury updates.
Tyler, I don't know if you've heard my other show, but some of the drops that Peter made are amazing.
I have listened to those movie dudes a couple times. I've kind of picked and choose. I'm like, oh, I've seen that movie. I want to see what they think about it.
Yeah, try out the new show just to hear the drops, if anything.
Yeah, I definitely
They're
will. All the
pretty
drops are just incredible. Peter did a great job.
Peter next level. If you want to reach out to Peter, get a drop for a show or just honestly a song or anything, link in the description. All right.
Beautiful.
Just send him an email at peterkrinsky@gmail.com.
Gorgeous. I love that plug.
Yeah.
It's well deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, Tyler, why don't you take it away? We definitely got some big-ish news this week. One of them not confirmed, I don't think. It's the Steelers thing. We'll get to it, or you can start with it if you want.
Okay.
I don't think that's confirmed, Tyler.
So we will maybe just go off the top here. Full disclosure, I did not vet this story, but it was a sleeper news update. So supposedly, Jaylen Warren has been named the starter over Najee Harris in Pittsburgh. Now, is this confirmed? Is this not confirmed? I am not sure. And I will maybe have to check. I think John has a bit of a conflict of interest because he's a Najee Harris owner.
That is absolutely true.
But I will.
So there is
benefit of the doubt here.
I did watch this clip of him right here, and he's talking about it. It sounds like Mike Tomlin told him the night before, and he did end up running out of the tunnel, like first with the starting team. Like he was announced, like not, and you're starting whatever, Jaylen Warren. So like,
interesting.
I don't know, but the thing is with Jaylen Warren, it's like everywhere I have Najee, I have Jaylen Warren, or I just have Jaylen Warren.
Right.
So nobody has just not. I mean, if you have just Najee, I feel sorry for you. But
I mean, I think there are definitely people that have just Najee Harris because that is the expectation in Pittsburgh and has been. And going into this year, it absolutely was. If you're in on Najee Harris, you're like, yeah, Jaylen Warren, good backup. Like maybe take some, reception work away, whatever.
The thing with Najee though is like he's been solid the last. He's been a late season push. At least last season he had a late season push. He's been good.
Who are those opponents? Tennessee and Green Bay. Yeah, see, I get it. Those are good performances. Snap percentage, though, over the course of this year has not been higher than what? Like 58%?
It's been he's 50-50 share the whole season.
It's not great. Yes, he was efficient in those two games. Yes, he scored touchdowns. But, I mean, this man has not broken 100 rushing yards since 2 years ago. Did he break it last year? I don't know.
It's not good.
Done that in a game yet in a while.
He didn't do. He did it one time last year.
Last year,
and then in 2021, his rookie season, he did it 3 times.
3 times. So he had a huge workload his rookie year. So I was like, okay, maybe then. But yeah, not what you want to see out of what I would consider. And I'm not an NFL coach, but in draft position wise, a starting caliber running back from Alabama, no less.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're big Alabama boys here.
Yeah,
they all go to the Patriots.
Yeah, no kidding. They all go to my dynasty roster too. So no, it's disappointing to hear this news. I think for a lot of people, yourself included, maybe.
It's mixed. I'm mixed because like I don't know. Jaylen Warren is just. He's more explosive, but also he's like 30 pounds lighter than Najee Harris. So, of course, he is. Najee Harris is cement shoes, but he is like a mini Derrick Henry at the end of the day. If you look at his build alone.
Disagree a little bit. Derrick Henry is massive. He's the tallest running back in the NFL by a pretty wide margin, I think.
Yeah. But look, 6'1", 2. He's a big guy. Like you cannot expect.
He's an NFL player. I understand. He's a big dude, but I think Derrick Henry's like 6'4".
He's
don't
tall.
Quote me on that, but he's a big man. So
he's a freak of nature.
He's like Derrick Henry this season. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
career-wise, though, it's like not even close, though, in my eyes. That's just me. So yeah, moving forward, I don't know what to expect. I think Jaylen Warren has kind of been getting more work anyways, so
this
won't affect it too much.
Even split. I really don't think it matters. I think you can still start them both if you have to. I would prefer to not start either of them at all ever, but I think you can start more confidently Jaylen Warren given this information, and I think you can still put Najee. If he sees a 10% drop in snap percentage, I'm not starting him after that. If he goes down,
maybe droppable in redraft if that happens.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think he's droppable now in redraft if you can get something better.
Yeah, not quite yet. It depends on your waiver. A 10-man league, maybe. But either way, that's pretty big news, especially for those dynasty owners out there.
That's Jon.
Tons of other, that's Jon for you.
Yep.
Tons of breakout games over the weekend, though. The Texans, I mean, they've kind of had their breakout moment already. But CJ Stroud and Noah Brown continue to impress. We saw Trey McBride had the first 100-yard tight end game for the Arizona Cardinals in 34 years.
Oh my God.
Which is the craziest stat I didn't know existed. We saw Jaden Reed had a huge day on the Packers and Diami Brown for the Commanders as well.
About time, Diami Brown.
So just a really big shakeup I felt this week. And power rankings, we'll get to some games here in a minute. Power rankings are all over the place. The difference between the number 1 team in the AFC and the number 11 team in the AFC, it's 2 games different.
Wow.
There's just a million 4 and 5 teams right now.
Same. It's just like our freaking league of record. There's 6 5 and 5 teams. Yeah, Philadelphia, obviously Kansas City. Yeah, it's crazy.
Outside the top 3, it gets crazy. Yeah, you got the Lions above the Ravens now.
Yeah, they look so good.
They look really good.
The Browns is the big surprise for me.
Is a huge surprise.
Rex Ryan. Jags, I mean, they've gotten better, but they still don't look great.
They looked terrible against the 49ers. Now, granted, it's the 49ers, but I think they put up 10 points of offense that game.
I think the Bengals up here, what's crazy is that division is so competitive that they're ranked 10th, but they're not even currently in the playoff picture.
Yeah, we might see a full division going to the playoffs.
Oh, and that's entirely possible. Yeah,
that could happen this year.
Yep, that'd be crazy.
No, the fact that the Steelers are up there at 12 is also insane to me.
How about this?
That doesn't surprise me. I got to be honest. What does surprise me the most, and we'll get to this, is the Buffalo Bills.
I was just saying, the Texans being above the Bills at this point in the season is not something that you would have predicted. Yeah,
Texans at 13, Bills at 14 is insane. I think it's well deserved, though. I think it's kind of crazy that CJ Stroud is now making a case for not only Offensive Rookie of the Year, but maybe even MVP.
Yeah.
The way this guy's playing, it's unbelievable.
Yep. It's crazy, man. I've never seen anything like it with a rookie. I mean, he's consistent. It's not like flash in the pan for a game against a crappy defense. He is consistently good in winning them games. And he's doing it with, I mean, he's got some good weapons, but it's nothing outlandishly good. It's not like he walked into the Eagles offense. He's got Devin Singletary. He's got
Tank Dell and Dalton Schultz, for Christ's sake. It's not a top 5 receiver room or anything like that.
Not in the slightest. Nico Collins and Tank Dell I think he's making them look better than they would. I mean, otherwise they're going to be like a Jalen Reagor. Honestly,
he's elevating the guys around him. He really is. He's extending plays. It's crazy to watch.
What he's doing is he's going to make it so they get paid somewhere else, and they're going to be very happy.
Yep, he's making that money.
They'll be like Christian Kirk and go somewhere else and be pretty good.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's wild.
So, in the interest of time here, I'm going to move on to the next subject, kind of related. But after a very embarrassing Monday Night Football loss to the Broncos, the Bills have fired offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey. Very famous for that video on Twitter of him slamming his clipboard and stuff up in the booth. Oh my God. As a Patriots fan, that's the best video to ever exist.
It's better than the other thing that happened in Miami that we won't talk about for the Patriots.
Yeah, we just won't acknowledge that.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Quarterbacks coach Joe Brady is taking over interim OC duties. Josh Allen threw 2 picks, but kind of saved his fantasy day by rushing the touchdown towards the end of the game. But how worried should we be, about the guy who's the number 1 overall player in fantasy, not as a quarterback, in fantasy, in Josh Allen, in PPR leagues, losing his spot? I could see that happening extremely quickly, especially considering Tyreek Hill is at a point behind him and Christian McCaffrey is 4 points behind him.
Well, where Josh Allen right here? What's his schedule look like? I mean, that's what my main concern is here.
They have the second hardest, I think they said it on Monday Night Football, the second or third hardest remaining schedule in the NFL.
Ooh, wow.
Jets,
oh my God.
Philly, Kansas City, Dallas, Chargers, New England, Miami.
There's a win or two in there. Like, dude, they could legitimately win with a losing record, or they could finish the season with a losing record this season.
They absolutely could.
It's entirely possible. I think they lost the Jets. No, week 1.
Week 1.
They might have. Josh Allen. I think 3 picks. They did lose to the Jets. That was the week 1 game.
That was the crazy storyline. It was Zach Wilson.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. They have dropped games that they needed to win this year, especially just because of how competitive. I mean, at least Miami is in that division.
Yeah.
Like
the Patriots beat them. The 2-8 Patriots now.
Losing to the Jets and the Patriots. Like, what are you doing? I just
luck.
don't.
So
in Denver, you lost to the Jets, the Patriots, and the Broncos this year. You have no business being in the playoffs if you're in the Bills.
Nope, and they're Super Bowl or bust mode right now.
Oh yeah,
Stephon Diggs was putting stuff all over his Instagram already. Like, it's not good, not a good situation. So the question is, do they lean into Josh Allen even harder, considering the quarterback's coach is the new OC, and just make him run the football and like destroy his body like they did for the first few years? But
yes, they absolutely should, because were they winning games then? Yeah,
they were.
They were. So I think 100%. Like, they need to, if they're already Super Bowl or bust, you might as well bust Josh Allen's fucking body through that line as much as possible. Otherwise, you're fucked. Like, it is what it is, because he's their cheat code. He is. You can't cover him when he's running. Yeah, so fucking make him run.
Their defense was too, which they've been banged up on defense this year, not helping by any means. But yeah, I think it's maybe even a plus for Josh Allen that the Bills are not great. They're going to be in a lot of close games. So we'll see how that shakes out. But keep an eye on that situation, because the Bills are tanking fast.
His rushing attempts this year are half of what they usually have been over the last 3-4 seasons. Like,
yeah, and they've come out and said that, and that is literally preservation of the franchise is what they were calling it.
I get it. I totally get it.
Which
but
I understand. But if you're losing games because of it, you got to figure out a different plan.
Give and take, man. Got to pick something.
Speaking of rushing quarterbacks, Josh Dobbs, aka the Pastronaut, continues to dominate, accounting for 312 yards and 2 touchdowns in the Vikings win over the Saints. He now has 368 rushing yards in the season, second only to Mr. Lamar Jackson.
That is wild. I mean, dude, Josh Dobbs, this man. First of all, Tyler's doppelganger in the NFL.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You should be proud of this one. He's the freaking QB7, and he's been on 2 teams this year, and it's wild. But this man, I saw a stat this week that he has the same amount of touchdowns as a Viking that Zach Wilson has on the entire season.
That's absurd. That is absurd. It's been 2 weeks.
It's been 3, but still.
Oh, has it been 3 weeks now? Yeah.
3 weeks.
This was the 3rd week.
That is just, he's good. Like, the man is just
22 or more points in the last 3 weeks. Makes him crazy. Like a top 5 option each week. It's ridiculous.
I'm starting him every week. If you have Josh Dobbs,
absolutely.
If you have like nothing else, you could probably still get him off waivers. He's 58% rostered.
Hot waiver wire pickup is Josh Dobbs. Like,
are you starting Josh Dobbs or Sam Howell next week?
That's a great question. I think that Sam Howell has looked fantastic. But Dobbs with the rushing upside, that kind of tips the scale for me a little bit.
If you had to guess, what rank QB do you think Sam Howell is?
I would say probably top 10, like 9.
3.
He's 3?
Yeah, bro.
Oh my God. What is happening?
He's 9th overall, dude.
That's unreal.
I had him in Dynasty. I had him. People joke. People laughed at me.
I had him in Dynasty too.
Yeah,
I did.
him. Gone.
Oh,
like, yeah, I have. So what's crazy is like my QB roller coaster in the league of record has been Aaron Rodgers, gone week 1. Picked up Kirk Cousins, great. QB1, gone.
I love Kirk Cousins too. That was a tragedy.
Oh my God, yeah, he's the best guy ever.
Yeah.
Then I picked up Sam Howell. He's been great, and now I have Kyler Murray. So I'm good. Like my QB roller coaster has been steady. I'm staying.
Did you trade for Kyler Murray in Dynasty?
I did. Yeah, I traded for Kyler Murray.
Holy shit! When did that happen?
Last week or the week before?
Oh my God, I didn't even notice.
Oh, not in Dynasty. Did I say Dynasty? I meant League.
Yes. Oh my God, I thought you meant. I was like, dude, in Dynasty, I was like, trade him to me.
No, what? You don't even Lamar Jackson, bro.
Yeah. No, it's
every quarterback ever.
Dude, Lamar Jackson has not looked great. Speaking of,
it's not 2019.
To be fair, he's looked very good in games. On paper, for fantasy purposes, has not been good.
You just need your QB to rush more at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And his weapons. Odell Beckham Jr., Mark Anthony.
He's been overthrowing people, dude. It's been kind of gross. So
yeah, I'd rather roll Sam Howell out there. Sam Howell or Lamar Jackson. Rest of the season.
Don't make me say it, dude. Don't make me say it.
Josh Dobbs or Lamar Jackson rest of the season.
It might be Josh Dobbs
with Justin Jefferson coming back next week.
It might be Josh Dobbs. Unironically, It might be.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Now, Dynasty rankings, okay, maybe chill out. But rest of season, yeah, might be Josh Dobbs.
Wild.
It's absolutely insane. And just tidbit, speaking of Kyler Murray, he is back. Love to see it. He was running his little legs off like you've never seen him before.
I love to see, man. I love to see him.
It was pretty awesome. So that was only their second win of the season.
Who cares?
And it was Kyler Murray. Go figure, right?
The only downside is he did not. I was expecting Hollywood Brown to be something, especially with Kyler back. He wasn't. He had one catch for 28 yards.
He had a target in the end zone that he had to lay out for because he got overthrown. Should have been a touchdown.
I saw that too. But even then, it's like he gets 10 points. I mean, it's not even that great, you know?
Yeah, not great. I dumped him earlier in the season for Rachaad White, straight up, and I feel great about that trade still.
I think I ended up with him in that same league.
I think you did as well. Rachaad White has been clutch for me.
Yeah, Hollywood's on my bench until I see anything.
Yeah,
so
same. Good keeper though in that league.
Speaking
of wide receivers, Keenan Allen put in another absolutely monstrous 40-point plus performance. And I think he is the only player on the season to do so.
So
like
it's
more than
40
once.
plus.
It's the second 40 plus because he had 45 in week 3.
That's insane.
His targets and quality of targets have been unreal. But don't get too excited. He is considered day-to-day now with a shoulder injury. And we have no idea how much time he's going to miss.
I think he'll be fine.
We finally, all year, all offseason, I was like, dude, Quentin Johnston's going to be amazing. Mike Williams gets hurt. Dude, Quentin Johnston's going to be amazing. Nothing. 2 targets. Nothing. 1 point. I'm like, what the fuck? There's no Mike Williams. He's literally just Mike Williams.
Yeah. You know who they're throwing it to? It's freaking Jalen Guyton.
Oh, I had him on waivers.
Well,
I picked him up, dropped him. And then, of course, he catches a touchdown. He is not a reliable option, in my opinion, moving forward. Quentin Johnston, however, maybe saw an increase in target share with Keenan Allen sideline for a little bit, and he caught his first touchdown.
That's great. I mean, I love to see it. I love to see Chargers receivers getting work.
It's good. Now, increase in target share doesn't mean a lot with him because it was like from 2 targets to 4 targets.
Right. That's 50% increase, though. I mean, that's good.
Hey,
in terms of
it's
statistics.
good.
I mean, I don't know how I can play it.
But yeah, we'll see. Rest of season, really rooting for him. How do you feel with Justin Herbert at the helm? That's what I want to know.
I like Justin Herbert, man. I mean, honestly, I've been happy with him. I have him in my work league. I'm in first place. I think he's been spotty, but
spotty, but he's an insane athlete.
Let me see, Justin. I was looking at Keenan's stats. I was getting confused. Yeah, he's had 2 bad games. Like he's booms more than he busts, like 100%.
For sure.
QB4,
QB4, not as good as Sam Howell, but still pretty good.
and I like him against hard defense because they're gonna have to keep fucking. You're right though. I missed the joke. Not as good as Sam Howell. Not quite. Actually, he's QB4, but Sam Howell is 9th overall. How does that make sense?
Because he's 3rd QB, 9th overall.
That doesn't.
The Sam Howell. Yeah, so he's bumped up one.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I think he's got Denver twice, and you got him in championship week against Denver, which
It's
in
pretty
theory
tasty.
should be a good matchup. But
In
Buffalo,
theory, but those trap games, man.
That's the thing. Honestly, Vegas is probably the best defense of the 3 here. If you ask me, they've been very solid.
I think it is. And they just got Jack Jones off waivers from the Patriots.
Really?
Who, that is news as well, as Jack Jones got dropped over the weekend because of off the field issues. So that's cool.
Well,
that draft class is looking mighty fine, Bill. Nice job.
That's what he does. Yeah, Justin Herbert. I like Justin Herbert. I think he's good rest. If you have him, keep him. Roll with it. I did lose in my family league this week with a Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen stack.
How?
That
sucks.
Look at this. Look at this freaking matchup, dude.
Oh my God. The Dak Prescott CeeDee Lamb stack is the answer to that question.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God.
This is my stepfather. He needed this win desperately, dude. Needed it really bad.
170 is crazy.
170. I have all the Chargers. And Sam Laporta didn't show up.
Yeah,
if
Kincaid.
I had fucking Deontay Johnson, he fucked me.
Yep.
I could have put in Gibbs.
Oh,
Gibbs
or Bijan would have been slams right there. Oh,
this is an 8-man league for you. I mean, look at this.
Yeah, that's an insane roster. What the hell?
Yeah, it's crazy. I've dropped some games recently in that, but I was rolling either way. 6 out of the 8 teams make the playoffs. So
well, there you go.
Yeah. Is that it for? Looks like that's it for.
That's
NFL
what I got for the news.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Why don't we move on to talking matchups?
Talking matchups.
Alrighty, talking matchups here.
Yeah.
So I'm throwing the matchup rewind in the past because we're talking future, we're talking speculation.
We don't care about what has been. We want to know what will happen, John.
Exactly. We want to predict the future. We're predicting the future. So Tyler, why don't you bring up your League of Record matchup while I bring up the banner here for the YouTuber right here.
Sure.
Go ahead and let us know what you got cooking.
So I'm cooking because all my players are back. Last year was bye week hell for anybody that plays fantasy football. I had Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Jalen Waddle, and Travis Kelce all on bye, so I had no team.
Oh my God.
I was like, I'll worry about it week 10. And then week 10 happened. I was like, I should have worried about it earlier. So they're all back. But they're back in time against Jake. Now, Jake's got a pretty good team. I'll just run it off. Joe Burrow, Austin Eckler, James Cook, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Ayuk, Trey McBride. Trey McBride.
Apologies for giving him CeeDee Lamb.
Singletary. Yeah, you should be apologizing.
I'm really sorry about that, Tyler.
Really gross.
Yeah.
I don't know why. For Joe Mixon and Christian Kirk, John, like why?
My overall team is better. I think I stand by. I didn't have any running backs, Tyler. I'd Raheem Mostert. That's it.
CeeDee Lamb is out here setting NFL records. My man has had 14 plus targets in 3 games.
I'll tell you what though, Tyler. I traded him in week 6.
Oh, that's so gross, dude. He's sold low on CeeDee
41, 28, 40. Like, he's put up 40, 80, 108 points since I sold it.
That's more than Joe Mixon's had all season.
Yeah. Continue. I don't want to talk about it.
Anyway, Jake's got a pretty good team. And yeah, my team is back. My running back room is shaky at best. I have David Montgomery and Rachaad White. Rachaad White's playing against San Francisco too. And in the flex, my options are Kareem Hunt or George Pickens, which don't want to start either of them.
Wow, you got a lot of buys
this week too. I was gonna say, why don't you throw in Jonnu Smith? But
Jonnu Smith's getting fucking dropped for tomorrow for waivers. I picked him up for last week to cover for Travis Kelce, and he got all of nothing.
1 catch.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
I think he'd be a sure thing.
Yeah, you'd think so. How they run that offense. Nothing's a sure thing, unfortunately.
How do we feel about Michael Thomas, bro?
I feel terrible about Michael Thomas because now he's got a significant knee injury.
Oh man,
he was like flex. He was like Mr. Consistent. He'd get like 11 points a week. I'm like, all right, sure, I'll throw you my flex. Now he's just gonna be dead. So
I think he's done for forever. I think this is it.
This might be it.
There's no way
significant. So
there's no way he comes back from this. He just threw a brick at somebody.
Yeah,
allegedly.
No, I don't think so. Not looking good. So I've been trying to trade Drake London and George Pickens since the season started.
Yeah, nobody's gonna do that.
Nobody's gonna bite at all.
Yeah.
I don't want to get rid of any of my core players like AJ Brown, Jalen Waddle, Travis Kelce. That's just not part of my plan.
And you have no run. I mean, you have I'm sure you're trying to get a running back.
3 running backs.
Wow.
It's David Montgomery, Rashad White, and Kareem Hunt. That's it. I got Kareem Hunt off waivers. So I need a running back really bad, but I don't want to get rid of AJ Brown or Jalen Waddle. That's my whole team.
Yeah. And you have Jalen Hurts. If you were smart, here's what I would do. If you really want a running back, you trade me Jalen Hurts. I'll give you Sam Howell. And I'll also give you Jalen Warren, the new starter of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yikes.
Okay.
Cleveland and
Kyler Murray
and
Jalen Warren for Jalen Hurts.
Right? Yeah, I would probably do that.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you, Tyler?
Yeah, I would do that. Well, because Kyler Murray is, in my eyes, the same as Jalen Hurts, if not slightly more upside.
You got to give me Kareem Hunt too, on top of that.
Fuck no. I'm rostering 3 running backs. Are you
still have 3 running backs. It's fine.
I would have just 2 Kareem Hunts.
That's okay. Whatever.
We'll talk after this. A deal might be here.
There might be something there, Tyler. I don't know.
Might be something here. I don't need Jalen Hurts. He's been okay. He's been fine.
Oh, you don't need him? Then never mind.
He's been all right. Not feeling super hopeful, but it's the battle of flex options and waiver wire pickups. In the good faith of this podcast, I will just tell you who I'm targeting off waivers, and I don't screw me. I am.
Tell me what you're bidding on them.
I don't have any fab, so 0.
Oh, I don't know if I would do that then, Tyler.
I'll just tell you, it'll run. I trust you.
I haven't
this
put my
is for the
claims in
viewers.
yet,
so I think that Darrell Henderson is legitimately a shout this week, as much as I hate to say it. And my guy Quentin Johnston, dude, I think really we're maybe finally seeing the emergence of Quentin Johnston. We don't know what Keenan Allen is looking like. He would be a fantastic keeper in this league as well.
That was my next point. Yeah.
So
honestly,
I think I may have drafted him. Yeah, I did. I drafted him in the 9th round. So there you go.
The hype was real.
Yeah, and
every
year, Noah Brown is looking pretty good too. So
I'll tell you right now, and I'm being completely sincere. I will not be going after those guys. I'm very confident with the players on my team that I wouldn't be willing to drop any of them for one of those people. So
my whole bench is waiver wire pickups. My entire bench literally is just waiver wire pickups. So
yeah,
that's the state of my team.
My bench is Howell, Mostert, Warren, Christian Kirk, Marquise Hollywood Brown, and Cole Kmet. Like I'm happy.
That's a fantastic bench.
Yeah, like and I'm still I'm 5-5. It's like this league has been tough this year, man. I've been dealt some really rough matchups. Either way, speaking of this league, this week I'm playing Beat Dane week. It's Dane again. Playing Dane. He has Justin Fields starting. So he threw last week. Like
did
he lost last week because he started Justin Fields on Thursday night and didn't know that he was out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant Justin Fields threw the football last week. I was like, I didn't know that.
No, he threw the game, is what I'm saying.
Got Michael Pittman on bye too. There you go.
He's got Pittman on bye, and looks like that's it for bye week. But he's probably going to have to start Craig Reynolds. I'll probably start Devonta Smith Monday night. But I like my team. Javonte and Mixon, they've been getting in the end zone, which has been helping them. Without the end zone, it's a little shaky.
Yeah.
But I like Kyler. I like Sam Howell if I start him. Maybe. My major issue with this team so far is I don't know who to start at wide receiver other than Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's back from bye finally.
It's all the same tier. You've got Terry
McLaurin,
Cooper,
Cooper,
Amari Cooper,
Kirk, Brown, and Warren now. I would consider him in the flex.
Yeah.
And
they're
I have
all in
Mostert.
that range though.
Yeah, it's like, who do you do? Because I almost lost this week because I started Marquise Brown over any of these other guys.
Yeah.
Everybody else would have been better. So I don't know, man. It's a tough choice. Right now I have Cooper and McLaurin in there. He's playing the Giants. They just put up fucking 46. Dallas put up 46 on their ass. So I don't know. It's tough. I need to keep winning because we have 6 people in this league that are 5-5.
Yep. And I am now because I lost to Jeff last week because I had no team.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. So
yeah.
It's not dire straits, but like it is certainly the witching hour here. Like this is when we need to buckle down. We need to win these matchups. We, meaning me and Tyler, you're more than welcome to lose.
Thanks.
Yeah, of course. Love you.
I got to beat Jake. We're both 5-5, so you got to root for one of us.
I would love if you could both lose. Can you both lose this week?
If we tie, dead even tie,
I could make that happen. I'm the commissioner. Be like, oh, that's weird. I don't know how.
That's weird.
Strange. Yeah. So if you have any of those guys, I'm sure you're dealing with the same dilemmas as I. But yeah, fuck Jake. Here we go. Moving on to the Dynasty League. Fucking stupid Jake. I'm playing Mac this week, who's in full tank mode. He's 2-8. But granted, I almost lost to a 3-7 team last week because I started George Pickens over a Deebo Samuel that I thought was still out. But the alternative was start Najee and Jalen Warren. It's like that. Who the fuck?
It's like starting Algier and Bijan, right?
It's disgusting.
It's
no one
gross.
wants to do that.
Yeah,
It's
you picked
insane.
the 2 dynasty running backs that split time. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm a really smart guy.
And Miles Sanders.
We'll
good.
get into Miles Sanders in the next segment. I have a lot to say about that fucking son of a bitch.
Like it's his fault.
Yeah, it's definitely his fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm playing Mac. He's in full tank, but he does have Josh Allen, and he's starting Latavius Murray and Joshua Kelly. So
there you go.
Khalil Shakir, Jahan Dotson, Michael Mayer, Garrett Wilson is his best player outside of maybe Elijah Moore.
Yeah, no kicker. And pick up some kickers.
No kicker. If I lose this matchup, then you will probably see me on the 5 o'clock news.
I'll be watching.
Yeah, I don't know. Jalen Hurts, Joe Mixon. I got the Eagles back. Najee, Ayuk. I do have Kyle Pitts on bye. Oh no, my God, I can't start Kyle Pitts. Fucking travesty.
Oh no. Oh shit. I have to start Logan Thomas. Oh no.
Fuck. I have to start a better tight end against the Giants. It's awful.
Oh.
Brandon Cooks. Holy shit. Finally.
You got a game that you're right about Brandon Cooks.
If I had bet, in week 10, he's going to get 173 yards, would you guys have taken that bet?
And a touchdown and 32 points, I would have been like, yeah, I'll shoot myself. Because there's just...
I will actually shoot myself.
There was just nothing. Nothing was supporting Brandon Cooks this year. Dak looked like shit to start the year. I was worried about CeeDee Lamb through the first 4 or 5 weeks.
I wonder why I traded him.
Jerry Jones must have done some sort of old white man magic on all these guys. I don't know what he's doing.
Twitter fucked me. They were like, you got to sell CeeDee Lamb. Mike McCarthy's calling plays. That's what I saw. I'm like, okay, I'll sell him. I don't know where I saw it, but
that is tough, bro.
CeeDee
Lamb is top 5 all day. No question.
That sounded like a real CeeDee Lamb dynasty owner right there.
Dude, that's why he's on my team.
Yeah, I get it. I wish Dane offered me a crazy trade like that when he was, I don't know what he was on. He was on something. He couldn't have been sober.
He was on that. He was smoking that Brandon Ayuk and Ken
James,
Walker
that
pack
James
or
Conner
something.
crack or something.
James Conner, Amari Cooper crack. I don't remember what it was.
I love old
crazy.
old RBs on the Cardinals.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, again, like I said, if I lose this matchup, God, more power to me. I don't know what's going to happen, but
I'll buy some of your players. I'm a reasonable guy, John. We've established this.
Do you want me to lose? I just said I was going to be on the 5 o'clock news. That could be for murder or suicide. I'm not really.
That's entertaining.
Sure.
Either way, your team's up for grabs, is what I'm hearing.
We'll find out. I mean, to be fair, you're playing an 0-10 team this week. So
if I lose this week, I got way more to lose as the. Oh, dude. I gotta give this airtime. So remember when I pulled CeeDee Lamb against you as a kind of a meme?
Yeah.
And then you guys were like, "What about points for?" And I was like, "It won't matter. It never matters."
It matters now, doesn't it, Tyler?
I would be the number 1 seed.
Wow.
I'm behind Logan by 15 points.
I told you, Tyler. It matters.
Yeah, it does matter. I'm hoping I'll make up for it, but felt like an idiot. So it could be the number 1 against the number 10 team, or number 12 team, rather.
Oh my God, Tyler! I swear to God, if based on the bracket, if you make it and you lose in the semis, and you would have won in the other bracket, oh man, how are you gonna feel?
Not good.
Yeah,
but
listen to Jon.
If it was to dunk on you, then it makes me feel a little bit better.
Okay, sure. It doesn't feel good when someone pulls a player on you.
Yeah. No, that's a disrespectful tactic, and that was kind of part of my plan.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
So Frank's team, albeit 0-10, is not bad. It's starting to shape up a little bit.
It doesn't look, seriously.
Sam Howell, Tajay Spears, Hollywood Brown, Quentin Johnston, Sam Laporta, Roshan Johnson. I mean, it's not flashy, but like this team could show up at any given point. And if it's against me, then so help me. He does have Josh Dobbs. Like he's got Rico Dowdle. I think is
Wilson is kind of sneaky like next year, I think.
Yeah. I think Michael Wilson might be
a rookie,
up there too.
But he's looking not bad. Like honestly, KJ Osborne is out, but yeah, I agree with you. I think he does have a sneaky okay team. Like if Brown, Johnson, Ferguson, Laporta, there's every possibility that those guys could have an insanely good week. Yeah. Any of them.
And he's got mad picks next year. He's got 3 firsts, 2 seconds.
0-10.
0-10 is insane.
We're talking, this 0-10 team, man. Like they have a chance.
But then you look at the average points for my average points this year, which this is ridiculous, by the way. 140 is my average. That's gross. Frank's average is 87.
Yeah,
that's nearly half.
That's insane. That's the craziest side of the week because, dude, I struggle to put up 100 every week. I'm 100% fully reliant on if Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown have a good game, and they do every week.
Yeah,
but
they might not when it matters, though.
Hey, I'm 7-3 though, and I beat Jake and Sterling.
I mean, you got to look at the quality of teams in this league, though. Unfortunately, there's a massive tier break between the top 3 and then just the rest of the league.
But the middle tier is still a playoff team.
The middle tier is still a playoff team. I will give you that. But the middle tier is like you, Connor, maybe Ben, depending on the week. Sterling is his team's starting to fall apart a little bit.
Yeah, I'd probably drop him out. I would. I think he's going to keep losing.
He may keep losing. Like Derrick Henry. I don't know what's going on with Derrick Henry. Kareem Hunt's not working out. Christian Watson's not working out. Those are like his start. He does not have a lot of depth either.
Yeah, he doesn't. He never has. He's been fully reliant on these guys. He lost Nick Chubb. He lost Cooper Kupp for half the season. And that's part of the reason why he's losing so much. He started Mac Jones last week. I would have picked up whoever the hell is on waivers. Anybody. Tommy DeVito. Would have been better.
I don't know, man. I think I would have rocked. He would have been better. We know now, but I would have rocked with Mac Jones anyway. But
crazy.
So all I have to say, question marks for me moving forward. DK Metcalf is not a very confident start for me lately. That's been super shaky. I think a little bit of that is on Geno. But I mean, the targets are there. So
they may very well have hit lightning in a bottle last year and the Seahawks are just not as good as we want them to be. I think there's so much talent there, but is it going to translate to a ton of fantasy points like we would want? I don't know. I don't think it will.
Yeah, I think you may be right. Another insane thing that I'm just now thinking of, DK Metcalf is a year younger than AJ Brown.
So he's what, 24?
He's 25. AJ Brown's 26, isn't he?
Yeah, that sounds right.
So best case scenario, I think, for DK Metcalf is Seahawks don't do great this year. They could freaking trade DK Metcalf, dude.
Patriots?
Oh God, please don't.
Where the place he should have been drafted to in the first place?
Yeah, no kidding. Also, Patriots were in on Justin Jefferson. Did you hear that report?
I don't want to hear that right now.
Yeah,
Tyler.
gross. So gross.
I'm gonna forget you didn't say that.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So yeah, question marks there, but the rest of my team I love. These are my ride or die guys. ETN's had a phenomenal year so far. CD Lamb as well. So
Mike Evans, dude, he looks
Mike Evans, Michael Pittman.
Dude, Mike Evans.
My whole team is like top 10 at the position. It's been amazing.
Yeah. I mean, Mike Evans is the sole reason I beat you in the contract league this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was such a close game too.
Oh, I wasn't even really watching. I watched the game last night, but I didn't realize I beat you until I looked in the morning. I'm like, hell yeah. Let's go. Needed it.
3 points.
Yeah, crazy. But yeah, so that's talking matchups. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the dudes and duds section of the show.
Dudes and duds of the week.
All right. So instead of doing dudes of the duds of the week, since we are going into week 11 here, we're going to go ahead and give a dude and a dud of the season. Who's got us here? Really made it a tough time. I'll let you start, Tyler. Who was your dude of the season so far?
My dude of the season, I kind of spoiled it, has been Travis Etienne. CeeDee Lamb, don't get me wrong, has had an unbelievable year, but that's why I have him. I want him to be top 5. That's the expectation for CeeDee Lamb is top 5. Travis Etienne, the expectation is not top 3. And right now he's sitting at RB3 on the season. He's got 7 touchdowns. He's averaging almost 4 yards per carry. He's got 39 targets through the air. He's had some monster weeks. And, for the price that I got him for, which was basically 1-for-1 with Ken Walker, couldn't be happier. And he's just been that guy. Tank Bigsby hasn't taken any work from him. He's just been efficient every game.
It's been a surprise. I think like he's been electric. He's the prototypical running back, but he's been really good. And they've given him the workload too. I mean, he's getting 89% of the snaps. I mean, Bigsy's barely out there. Yeah. It's just not what I expected. He didn't have a great game against San Francisco, but I mean,
I won't hold that against him though. Trevor Lawrence looked terrible too. Just the whole team was dysfunctional.
I mean, their defense, they just got Chase Young on top of already having Nick Bosa. Like, it's fucked. It's not even like I wouldn't start a running back against them. But yeah, I mean, Travis Etienne has been amazing. You cannot trade for him in redraft. I don't care what you're offering. You're not going to be able to get him.
Yeah.
I've tried. Trust me.
So, in Dynasty, price is even higher, my friends.
Yeah. How much would you take 2 firsts?
I would take 2 mid first next year. Was not out of the realm of possibility. With the context being, for listeners, I do have Josh Jacobs. I do have Aaron Jones.
And you have Kamara.
I do have Alvin Kamara. So there is some strategy built into that, right?
Yeah.
2 mid first. Now, if he was like my star player and like one of the cornerstones of my roster, I might try and drive that price up a little bit.
That's like me. I would not be trading Bijan Robinson for 2 firsts. I would need more.
I mean, you sold out hard for that pick.
Yeah.
So you got to get at least in return, if not a little bit on top if you can.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, great pick. I wish I had him. I have ETN nowhere. But my dude of the season so far is AJ Brown. I mean, this man has pretty much single-handedly kept me in the running in Dynasty, and he's not going to get me the 2 seed, but I'm could very well have the 3 or 4 seed in this league. Well, maybe not 3, but at least the 4 or 5 seed. So it gives me a chance. It gets me in the dance. And he's just, dude, every fucking week, except this week. Let's forget week 2. 38, 18, 20, 29, 33, 19. Like, he's consistently scoring touchdowns over the last 3 weeks. I mean, he is just hyper targeted. He's just unbelievable. And look at their schedule. Look at their playoff schedule.
Seattle,
They have
New York
Seattle,
Giants, Arizona.
like,
What?
if you're playing me and I make it to the semis, if I make it to championship week and the Eagles are playing the Cardinals, I'm a little concerned about them sitting players. I'll say
I
that.
would be very concerned. Yeah.
If I make it to the championship,
they sit Hurts and AJ Brown, and you just have no team.
Oh my god,
that might happen, John. You might be speaking this into existence right now.
I'm at a loss for words just thinking about that possibility. That's literally what happened to me in League of Record 2 years ago, when they sat Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb after they put up just almost enough for me to win my matchup.
Oh,
because of fucking Justin Jackson, who fucked me that week. Either way, these are the type of scars you never forget. Like, I don't want to manifest this scar. It's horrible. So AJ Brown, a godsend. I'm so glad I traded for him. Hasn't got me a championship yet, but he might be the only reason why I do get one. But Tyler, who's your dud of the season?
Oh, my dud of the season. Again, I alluded to this a little bit. The price I paid for him and the raw physical talent that this man has, it's DK Metcalf. I paid up for DK Metcalf last year. I basically stole Najee and Jalen Warren from you.
You didn't get Warren off me. You got Najee and Josh Palmer.
Oh, I got Warren from somebody else, I think.
Jake.
Yeah, must have been. So
you got him and you traded him like Jerome Ford or something for like a bye week thing. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I can't remember quite what it was, but
Yeah.
it was a little swapsy there for Warren. So I had Najee Harris, Jalen Warren. I would argue close to the peak of Najee's value. He was starting to taper off a little bit. People were getting concerned. That's why John sold him.
Yep.
And then I traded my 2023 first, which would have been the 111, Najee and Jalen Warren for DK Metcalf, which felt like a little bit of an overpay at the time. Now feels like a way overpay, considering I got Michael Pittman for almost nothing, and he has outperformed DK Metcalf basically every week. So, again, the prospects of DK Metcalf I'm not too worried about, but the season performance so far has been pretty lackluster.
Yeah, I just think it's because there's a lot of talented people on that offense, and I don't think that the team as a whole is talented enough to spread it out and have fantasy output for everybody. Like, you have a Kenneth Walker week, and then you have, Lockett's had like a week or two that have been like very good. And then JSN is like, you drafted him with a 102 in Dynasty, and he is not doing anything yet.
No, he's really not. I would argue it's not a amount of talented players on the squad as it is just an under output of offense. Their defense keeps them in basically every game they play. As far as like points scored as an offense, I don't think they're super high up there.
I'm trying to see, where are they ranked?
I'd be curious what that metric is because I don't actually know.
They're right. They're 6-3. They've been good. Injuries blocked.
Total yards. They're what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Sherman
18. They're 18 in total yards.
Yeah, they're just very middle of the road, but they find a way to win games. Like, that's essentially what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's you would expect way more from DK, but granted, we've said this before. We've said it. We'll say it again: is your dynasty team is disgusting, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. So I'm
still Pittman, Evans.
I can't complain too much.
Like,
yeah,
like fucking kidding me.
My team is really gross, so I don't want to be that guy. But like I said, for what I paid for DK Metcalf, I was ready for a huge year this year.
Yeah,
and it has not been there.
And I will say, I spent a lot of the offseason saying I would rather have my RB room than yours, Tyler. And
I told you every day that you were smoking crack.
Right, and I said you're fucking crazy, and we argued about it, and I was genuine about that argument. I want to tell you that for absolute certainty. I meant what I said.
Yeah,
and I really believed in this fucking son of a bitch right here. The RB47.
I'm trying not to laugh. I'm sorry, dude. I was so low on Miles Sanders.
I believed he was the RB15 last year, and I'll tell you why. RB15 isn't amazing. He's an RB2.
That's still good, though.
Behind the Eagles' offensive line, probably the best in the league.
The best
where
in the league, yes.
Jalen Hurts got so much work. He's the QB, so of course he has work on every play. But he ran the ball a lot, yet Miles Sanders still was very good on the season. He goes to a team that was going to use him heavily. They said they were. They paid him to do so. Yet here we are, where he's had terrible efficiency. Look at his efficiency last week. It 2 carries for -5 yards.
Oof.
This man has just been an absolute train wreck. I don't. He just lost the job to Chuba Hubbard. I drafted him everywhere. I really did. I drafted him fucking everywhere. I really thought he was going to be good. I traded away David Montgomery.
Yes, you did for Miles Sanders.
I traded away David Montgomery plus a pick for Miles Sanders. So it has not worked out for me. I don't know if it has the trade here. I think it does. I traded away Montgomery, Jefferson, and a third.
Van Jefferson.
Yes. Van Jefferson, yeah, Van Jefferson. Important tidbit there.
Yes.
So at the time, I was so convinced. I'm like, dude, I'll take Sanders and Montgomery. I don't care. I think they're both good, but I like the longevity of Sanders because of the contract. I don't think David Montgomery is going to be Jamal Williams. There's no way he could have that type of output. I was wrong. I mean, 100% wrong.
We're all wrong sometimes, man. And
yeah,
you just got to hedge your bets sometimes and say, okay, if this doesn't work out, what's going to be the B? You have Chuba Hubbard, which is a plus.
I do.
So
big handcuff guy. It's my entire fucking bench on Dynasty. It's handcuffs.
Yeah, which not my favorite strategy, but
I'm gonna tell you what, man. I'm giving up on that strategy. It's done. This year,
I told you guys, man, I was out. I'm like, if it's not the star guy, I don't want the fucking guy taking his job.
It's good in waivers and redraft if you have no other choice. Do not do it in Dynasty. Take it from me. I will also say, do not get a running back that's on a bad team.
That seems like a no-brainer, but
it does, but yet we do it.
We do.
Tyler, I'm going to give you a team, and you tell me the running back, and tell me if you want it for fantasy.
Okay.
A bad team. I'm going to have to pull up a list of NFL teams because I'm an idiot.
Is this like I would go out of my way to draft this guy?
Yeah, but want him on my team? Just to really nail this home, it's like, okay, do you want Breece Hall right now?
No.
Not really?
Nope.
No. Do you want about
to say Alvin Kamara, weren't you? Because the Saints are kind of rough.
I was going to say Alexander Madison, but he's been better. Do you want Alexander Madison?
I still don't want Madison. I don't.
No.
I'm not interested in that.
Do you want Dameon Pierce?
No.
Do you want Jerome Ford?
No. I take it back. Jerome Ford, maybe.
Do you want Deonta Foreman?
No.
Do you want James Conner?
Oh, that's like right on the cusp at a good price, maybe. But still, so much uncertainty. I don't know.
There's just not. Aaron Jones has not been good. The Packers are 3-6.
Aaron Jones has been a thorn in my side too. That was another runner-up for dud of the year so far.
Yeah. There are exceptions here. And obviously any running back is going to have a good week here and there. Like Brian Johnson is my manager at work. Brian Robinson. Brian Robinson and Saquon Barkley on the 2-8 Giants. He's an exception as well. So
yeah.
But yeah, Miles Sanders, damn. Brutal.
Yeah, on the whole, you want a team with a good offensive line, a God willing good quarterback, and a team that plays from ahead a lot. And the Panthers are 0 of those things.
Yeah, it's It's been brutal. I thought they'd be better than they are. I really did. I mean, the only
You would think so, but
you do at the beginning of the year, in hindsight, like you would want nobody on that team except Adam Thielen.
Even Adam Thielen, I don't want rest of the season. He had a great start, but dude, that Panthers team is pretty abysmal.
It's really bad.
It's unfortunate because I love Frank Reich. I think he's a fantastic coach, and they sold their souls for Bryce Young. Every time they play a game, they show the GM in the box chilling up there. You're like, this is the man that sold the franchise for Bryce Young.
Yeah, it's brutal.
This is the man that sold Christian McCaffrey and DJ Moore for Bryce Young.
I would hate to be a scout because you're just trying to do your job at the end of the day. You're not. You can't predict the future. You just can't.
You can't. And it comes down to coaching too. Like, are you going to get guys that your coach is going to work well with? So it's
CJ Stroud. Imagine if they had picked CJ Stroud. I mean, they'd probably still be like 4-6.
Well, that's the thing is like if CJ Stroud is on the Panthers, does CJ Stroud just suck and Bryce Young is really good on the Texans, right? It's
I don't know.
You can never know.
Yeah. I want to know. Someone help us figure that out.
We need a Madden simulation or something. I don't even know.
Just put me in an alternate universe where the Panthers pick CJ Stroud and then give me the Sam Levis formula or experiment as well.
Yes.
Okay. That's going to be dudes and duds of the season so far. I want to do like a season awards show at some point.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
Yeah. Maybe right before the playoffs or something. We could do
for
like
losing me the
season.
Most weeks.
Yes. Literally just make up awards. Doesn't have to be like best of the season. Be like, biggest fucking piece of shit of the season. Something like that.
Biggest brick thrower of the year.
Biggest fucking go kick rocks asshole of the year. All right, let's move on here. We can do a little survival football.
Survival football.
Tyler, you've been away.
I have been away.
When you're away, the boys will play.
The boys kind of hooked me up a little bit.
We gave you one win last week. We gave you the Steelers, and they won. Which was my mistake. They've been good. I don't know why we gave you the fucking Steelers.
I mean, they have not been. The Steelers are not a good football team. The Steelers are giving me shades of the Vikings last year. They're winning every game against a shitty team by like one score, and their record's going to be like 9-4 or something, and then they're just going to get obliterated.
Yeah, imagine that. It's just going to be like the when Ben Roethlisberger had his last playoff game, and they were like, "Oh, one more game." Gets killed.
That was so bad. That was maybe the worst performance by a quarterback ever.
That was a great year for Najee Harris. I'll say that.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, we gave you the Steelers. They won last week. Jake, we gave him the Panthers because fuck you. And guess what? We get to give him another team because he bailed on us this week.
Beautiful.
I guess, and I had the Packers. They lost. What's new? I'm 5-5 on the year. I suck at this.
Why would you pick the Packers? They were playing the Steelers. That was
because I wanted to go against you.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
I was like, I want to beat Tyler in this. I'm all about being competitive and fun. If I actually went into this and I was like, all right, I'm going to pick the team that I genuinely think has the best chance of winning, it wouldn't be fun. So here we are.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So for Jake, why don't we give him the Bears?
Yeah, the Bears
are playing the Lions.
At the Lions. Justin Fields might be back. You never know.
Dude, there's no way. What if we give him the Giants against Washington?
Monday Night Football is Eagles Chiefs, and I'm just now hearing of this.
Yeah. Super Bowl rematch, baby.
And Thursday Night Football is good. It's Bengals Ravens. There's going to be no good football on Sunday is the problem.
Cowboys Panthers.
Ugh.
God, can we give him the Panthers again?
Cowboys, Panthers, Cardinals, Texans.
Yeah, the primetime games are where it's at. I don't mind Vegas, Miami.
Vegas, Miami's like,
Honestly, Denver and Minnesota might be the best game Sunday night of all of Sunday.
That might be. Yeah.
Yeah. For Jake, how do we screw Jake is the question.
God, who have I picked too? I think giving Jake the Giants is pretty awful.
We can also give him the Jets if we want. We can give him Jets versus Buffalo.
God, Jets, the way Buffalo's been playing, I don't know, man.
I think either way, we're giving him a team that has like a 20% chance at winning. Like I'd say Bears. I would say
Titans maybe. Titans at Jacksonville.
Titans could be a loss. Either way, we're gonna get Grim Reaper. I guarantee you, we're gonna get it wrong.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes for Jake. Fuck. You want to lock in the Giants?
I think the Giants is probably the lock.
All right, we're giving Jake the Giants 2-8 against Washington. Sam Howell's on fire.
Cool. Yeah, he's looking good. Giants defense is cooked too.
Yeah, they suck. All right, Tyler, who do you got this week?
I'm looking, dude, and I don't know. I really don't know. I've picked a lot of good teams. I've picked the Ravens. I've picked the Cowboys. I've picked the Niners. I've picked the Lions. I've picked the Dolphins. I've picked the Chargers.
That's where we're at. It's week 11.
I'll tell you what,
10 teams you can't pick.
Oh, man. This is... I don't even want to pick this team. I really don't.
See, this is where I've gone wrong. I haven't even picked the 49ers this year. Like,
that's crazy.
I haven't picked the Eagles this year.
Or the Cowboys.
Or the Cowboys.
Or the Chiefs.
Because I try to make it fun. I haven't picked the Chiefs, the Eagles, or the Cowboys.
Or
I haven't picked the Dolphins.
Or the Bengals. You haven't picked the Bengals either.
I'm an idiot.
Unreal.
Oh, I did pick the 49ers in week 3.
Oh, boy. This is tough. You know, to keep it interesting and lighthearted, because I really just want to beat Jake, and he's got the Giants. I kind of like the Browns at home against the Steelers.
I like it. They're
They're coming off a hot week against the Ravens, and they're making a push. I think they're figuring stuff out.
Okay. I like the Browns for you. I'm going to try to make a comeback here at the end of the year. If you guys lose a few, since you're down to some shitty teams, I think I have a chance to win still. You never know.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with the Dolphins this week against the Raiders in Miami.
That's a tough one, but you know, Raiders in black uniforms.
I mean,
is that allowed in Miami? That would suck.
They're going to be hot.
Yeah. It's going to be hot as hell.
At 1 p.m. Oh, dude. Dolphins.
They're going to roast.
They're going to be they're probably going to wear white if they're smart. They should wear white.
Well, the Dolphins wear white.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah.
Is there a way to Google this?
If you're home team, don't you get to pick your
No,
uniforms
it's
first?
not a shoe.
No?
I mean, what jerseys are the Raiders wearing week 11?
The home team in an NFL game chooses to wear either white or colored jerseys, and the visiting team has to wear the opposite.
Got it. Okay.
That's how the rule is written. Now, how cruel they get with that, and alternative jerseys are also a thing. So I don't know if the Raiders have like a gray alt or something like that.
There's got to be a way to see what they're wearing each week. I guarantee you it's somewhere because they talk about that on social media all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's not important.
I don't know, man. Black jerseys in a 1 p.m. game is kind of important.
That it actually is. Like, genuinely, I think it could make a huge difference.
Yeah. So, no, that's a good pick. I like that pick.
Yeah. And I didn't do the Grim Reaper, but here we go. So I think I'm going to go with the Dolphins this week. I think it's honestly like... yeah, so Dolphins, Jake's got the Giants. Idiot. So dumb for picking them. Dumb.
What a dummy.
Tyler with the Browns, me with the Dolphins. And for Logan and Sterling, they both got reaped last week. Logan picked the Saints. Sterling picked the Titans. Both lost. And Mac picked the Lions. So good job, buddy, Mac.
Trust Mac.
Yeah.
I don't trust Logan.
No.
Sterling, I don't know.
Sterling, if he was talking about if it was an all Patriots podcast, I trust him.
Oh my God, I trust Sterling with my life.
Yeah, exactly. Oops, what are we doing here? Cool. All right, that's in the book. We're moving on. Final segment of the day, Tyler. Final segment of the day. It's time.
Blue by.
It is time for. Just gotta find it.
And now, Dr. Logan chimes in.
Dr. Logan. Such a good way to end the show, don't you think?
It really is.
It's just like it's like a warm hug when you think about it.
It's a big warm hug from James Cook is what it is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Something that Logan will no longer experience.
Yeah, he just won't know what that James Cook love is like anymore.
That's okay. I'll take
honestly, kind of kind of rescinding my decision on James Cook a little bit after last week. I don't blame Logan for getting rid of him.
No, what? Are you kidding me? Last night? James Cook looked so good last night.
When he didn't fumble the ball and get benched.
Okay, well, okay. He's
mean,
like maybe he's the next Melvin Gordon.
The Bills are looking rough, man. I don't know. Yeah, he might be the next Melvin Gordon. We'll see.
But he had some explosive plays. If he had gotten in the end zone instead of Josh Allen, I would have lost league of record.
Yeah.
It came down to that. Oh no, I would have lost to Troy in Dynasty, the 3-5 team.
Oh, you got away with murder, dude.
I did. They were on the 4-yard line, and James Cook had run it every single play until Josh Allen. They did like a big pass, and Josh. I was like,
"Yep."
I was sweating.
Yeah, dude, that could have been really bad.
Either way, insane. Logan, what do you got for us this week?
So John hit me up last second. Dr. Logan might have been wrong because Aaron Rodgers today was saying he's coming back, which is absolutely bonkers, but we'll see, I guess. Eating some crazy mushrooms, crazy healing mushrooms or something. My biggest question is I'm debating trading for Gibbs. He's got some goal line work over Monty recently, and I'm looking for potentially giving up Breece Hall and acquiring Gibbs, maybe giving him Deontay and Breece Hall for Gibbs and another piece. But I'm huge on Gibbs end of year.
Deontay Johnson. First of all, Logan, I don't know what was going on with the exposure there. That might have been my export. But you looked like you had just been on a trip to the sun.
You looked like me.
That's Tyler every time he goes outside.
Yeah.
Oh my God, let me go back inside.
Here, real POV, you are me. Just constantly.
Look at it there.
Yeah, it's just rough.
I don't know. What did he ask? I don't listen to anything he says.
So he's really high on Gibbs. Gibbs is getting a lot of goal line work, which sure. I mean, more than he was.
It was 1 week. I will say I was very surprised to see Gibbs getting more. Because I was like, okay, they're going back to Monty, like 100%. No, I don't think so. And honestly, you can start them both. You can start them both.
Yeah, you really could.
Yep. And Logan did. Actually, he started them both. And
I don't blame him.
The record.
So I have Monty in League of Records, so probably it's a different league.
Dynasty.
Anyway, Dynasty, yeah. Yeah, do you get rid of Breece Hall and Deontay Johnson to pick up Gibbs?
Plus
I'm probably I think Deontay Johnson was the piece. I'm saying probably no. I got to be honest. Unless you're hurting for a running back, Gibbs has a lot of upside, don't get me wrong, but that to me does not feel like a sure thing. We still don't know what it looks like with David Montgomery and him at a full workload at any given week. Yeah, he could get a lot of passing work and it could look like a huge performance. He had a big week. He had like 26 points, I think. But
here's the thing, though. We see another week. Well, we see another week, and then that guy who has Gibbs probably isn't trading him. So you probably have to make a call here this week, whether or not you're going to make that deal, because I don't know who this guy is. I know it's probably his family league that he's been in for 10 years now. So these people aren't idiots. It's tough. We just said we didn't want Breece Hall, but he still very good running back at the end of the day.
With little to no competition. Dalvin Cook is non-existent. They just released Michael Carter.
Did the Jets just get Dalvin Cook because for Hard Knocks or something? Like, is that
because of Aaron Rodgers? Like, I don't know. I really don't know.
It was like just for the advertise, the marketing of the next episode of Hard Knocks. They're like, oh, Dalvin Cook's here for training camp, and then they don't use him all season. It's like
that's what it seems like, man. I don't know what they're doing.
Also, the next Hard Knocks is Miami Dolphins in season, right?
I do. And
when is that? What the fuck?
Pretty soon.
It's got to be out next week. It has to be.
It's going to be very soon. I didn't watch last year, but I need to maybe go back and watch because it was the Cardinals.
You don't need to watch that.
With Cliff Kingsbury did and the Kyler Murray ACL thing. I don't know, man. That sounds crazy. So, where do I stand on this? I got to give an answer. So if I had to make a decision this week, I am notoriously risk adverse in fantasy. If I have Breece Hall and a decent piece, I'm probably going to hold on to him, man. I got to be realistic. If it's a huge upgrade, then yes. But I just don't know. I feel like Gibbs, yeah, his ceiling is a lot higher because the Lions are a good football team, but just nothing's a sure thing right now. I just don't know. And Breece Hall's a safe bet, albeit a lower performing option.
Breece Hall has had 2 bad weeks. It was against the Chargers and the Raiders. Both have very solid defense. I don't know about the Chargers, but
Chargers have a good defense. They have Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa.
Okay. But they still they gave up like 38 to the Lions, but it's the Lions. So
that's the Lions throw the ball too. That's the problem. Yeah.
That's the thing. I think you can still roll with Breece Hall. His schedule is he's in let's say you make it to the playoffs. You got Miami, Washington, Cleveland. I don't think that's
pretty bad.
Not that bad.
It's not the worst, but that's still not great. I would be excited about it.
I don't know if I want Breece Hall against Cleveland championship week.
No.
I'll say that.
No, that's a good point.
So, I don't know. Maybe fuck. That's tough.
If you've got the beans, the man beans to make a move like that, I'd say go for it. High risk, high reward. I am so risk adverse though in fantasy. I'm like, no thanks, I'm good.
How about this? If you could get let's say he makes this trade after waivers run and this other guy gets Quentin Johnson. Would you get Quentin Johnson and Jahmyr Gibbs for Breece Hall and Deontay Johnson? Maybe. You buy that. You buy low on Quentin Johnson.
I need a little more context, I think, for a true decision. But if you were in on Quentin Johnston and that's still tough though, because in my mind that's like a 1-for-1. Like Breece for Gibbs still. And I'm still like, I think you want Gibbs because of the quality of the team.
He's been amazing. He had a bad week. That's all
I think in that situation, I would take the Gibbs side.
Yeah.
I think I would.
Yeah. I don't know. Let us know what happens, Logan. Let us know in next week's Dr. Logan Checks In. But I think that's going to do it, everybody. That's going to do it for this episode of the podcast. If you made it this far, obviously, we very much appreciate that. All the socials, listen, at those fantasy dudes, follow us, Twitter, send us a question if you want. Otherwise, that's okay. We'll just keep talking. That's what we do here.
We'll talk forever.
Next week, we should have all 3 of us back. Hopefully. I know it's been a little bit weird.
Hopefully.
But
it's been a while. It's Thanksgiving week. So we'll probably do a Tuesday recording.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. So, but we should all be here. Gang will be back together finally.
Can't wait. Well, then we'll know the conclusion of your matchup with Jake in League of Records. So
praying for a win. I need a win so bad.
Again, if you guys tie, I will be ecstatic.
Oh,
I don't know if that's actually better for my chances. If you tie, it's probably worse. I don't know.
It might be worse.
One
of us would have a loss, but both of us would have like a half win over you.
It's definitely worse. It's actually
it's probably worse.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Either way, everybody, thank you so much for listening. And we will see you in the next one. Good luck in your week 11 matchups.
Thanks for tuning in to Those Fantasy Dudes podcast. Make sure to tune in next week and follow us at Those Fantasy Dudes on Instagram.
It's a Tuesday.
Help.
Where's your beer? You have to finish it right now, Tyler. Right now. Right now.
It's empty.
We got one from the fridge.